Hello, dear listeners. Welcome to the English Learning Podcast, where we help you master English in fun and effective ways. I'm Emilia, and today, along with Liam, we're diving into an exciting topic that affects everyone who's learning: how technology helps in education. From e-learning platforms to personalized learning apps, technology has transformed the way we learn, making education more accessible and engaging than ever before.
Hi everyone, I'm Liam, and in today's episode, we're going to explore the amazing tools that technology provides for learners. Whether you're learning English, math, science, or any subject, technology has opened doors for everyone, and we'll be answering key questions along the way. Things like, how do digital tools help students? What are some challenges teachers and learners face when using technology? And of course, what the future holds for education.
That's right, Liam. We also have real-life examples of how students are using technology to boost their learning, as well as a breakdown of important vocabulary related to today's discussion. And for those of you who love practical tips, stay tuned. We'll be diving deep into how you can make the most out of these tools in your own learning journey.
So, make sure you stay with us for the entire episode. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. And feel free to share this podcast with your friends who are also looking to improve their learning skills through technology.
We'd love to hear your thoughts too. Leave us a review or a comment on how you're using technology to learn, and don't forget to check out the show notes for useful links and resources related to today's topic. All right, let's get started. So let's jump right into our main topic for today: how technology helps in education. Technology has really changed how we approach learning, hasn't it, Liam?
Absolutely. It's transformed classrooms, both physical and virtual, into more interactive, accessible, and engaging environments. In the past, learning was limited to books and in-person classes, but now, we have so many tools at our fingertips: e-learning platforms, educational apps, and even AI-powered tutors. What's great is that it's not just for formal education. People can learn new skills and languages, like English, from anywhere in the world.
That's a great point. Speaking of e-learning, let's start with that. How do you think e-learning platforms have impacted education?
E-learning platforms have completely revolutionized education by making it more accessible. Whether you're in a busy city or a remote village, as long as you have internet access, you can study any subject, anytime. Platforms like Coursera, Udemy, and Khan Academy offer courses from world-class institutions. And for English learners, there are dedicated platforms like Duolingo and our own English Finders that make language learning fun and interactive.
I love how flexible e-learning is. You can study at your own pace, which is especially helpful for people with busy schedules or those who need extra time to grasp certain topics. But it's not just about flexibility. The variety of formats, videos, quizzes, discussion forums, makes it more engaging than traditional classroom learning. What's your favorite aspect of these platforms, Liam?
For me, it's the personalized learning aspect. With the help of AI and machine learning, platforms can now track your progress and recommend lessons tailored to your needs. If you're struggling with grammar, for example, the platform can suggest additional exercises and videos to help you improve in that area. It's like having a personal tutor.
Exactly. Personalized learning is a game changer. But while technology offers these amazing benefits, we should also talk about some of the challenges, right? I mean, it's not all smooth sailing.
Definitely. One of the biggest challenges is the digital divide. While many students have access to laptops and high-speed internet, there are still millions who don't. This gap can leave some students behind, especially those in rural or low-income areas.
That's a real issue. Lack of access to technology can really widen the gap between students who are well-equipped and those who aren't. And it's not just about having the devices. There's also the issue of knowing how to use them effectively. A lot of teachers and students aren't fully trained in using digital tools for learning.
Exactly. That's where teacher training becomes crucial. Many educators are still getting used to the technology themselves, and without proper training, they might not be able to use it to its full potential. But on the flip side, for teachers who embrace technology, it can make their work easier and more impactful. With the right tools, they can track student progress, create interactive lessons, and offer real-time feedback.
And then, of course, there's the issue of distractions. Students have access to so many other things on their devices: social media, games, entertainment. It's easy to get sidetracked.
Oh, for sure. It's a double-edged sword. Technology can be an amazing learning tool, but it can also be a huge distraction if students aren't disciplined. That's why it's important to set boundaries and create a focused learning environment, even if you're studying online.
Agreed. Despite these challenges, I think the benefits outweigh the downsides. Technology is here to stay, and as it continues to evolve, it will only enhance the learning experience. Where do you see the future of technology in education going, Liam?
Great question. I think we're heading toward even more personalized and immersive learning experiences. Virtual reality, VR, and augmented reality, AR, are already making waves, especially in subjects like history, science, and language learning. Imagine being able to take a virtual tour of ancient Rome or conduct a science experiment in a fully simulated lab. These technologies will make learning even more engaging and interactive.
That sounds incredible. I can already picture how students will be able to experience things beyond the classroom. And the possibilities for collaborative learning through technology are growing as well. Global classrooms, where students from different countries can learn together, are becoming a reality.
Exactly. The world is becoming more connected, and technology is breaking down barriers in education. The ability to learn from and with people across the globe is something that wouldn't have been possible without today's tech tools.
So, to sum it up, technology has made education more accessible, personalized, and interactive. But it's also brought some challenges that need to be addressed, like the digital divide and distractions. In the next segment, we're going to hear from two students who use technology to help with their studies. Stay tuned.
So, Sophie, how are you handling all this schoolwork lately? It's been a bit overwhelming for me.
Tell me about it. But honestly, technology has been a lifesaver for me. I don't know how I'd manage without it. I've been using this online platform called Khan Academy to help with math. It's amazing because they have video lessons and practice exercises that go over everything we're learning in class.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that. I use a platform too, Coursera. I found a course on coding that's really helped me stay ahead in our computer science class. The videos are super clear, and I can rewatch them whenever I need to. Plus, I get to do assignments and quizzes right on the site, which is great for practice.
That's awesome. I've also been using YouTube a lot. Sometimes when I don't understand a topic, I just search for a tutorial. There's always someone explaining it in a way that makes more sense than my textbook. Like last week, I couldn't grasp the concept of chemical bonding, but then I found a YouTuber who explained it with animations, and suddenly it just clicked.
YouTube is a go-to for me too, especially for tricky science concepts. I also use educational apps like Quizlet to help me review. It's perfect for memorizing definitions and formulas, especially when I'm on the go. I just open the app and do a quick study session whenever I have a few minutes.
I've tried Quizlet. It's great for making flashcards. I also use an app called Duolingo to practice my Spanish. It's so much fun because it feels like a game, but I'm actually learning a lot. I get to practice vocabulary, grammar, and even pronunciation all from my phone.
Oh, Duolingo is great. I used it when I was learning French. It's amazing how these apps can turn learning into something enjoyable, isn't it?
Exactly. But you know what's really helped me? Video conferencing with a tutor. I was struggling with some of the more advanced math concepts, and my parents got me an online tutor. We meet once a week through Zoom, and she explains everything step by step. It's almost like having a private class, but from the comfort of my room.
That's awesome. I've thought about getting a tutor too. I've been attending a few group study sessions over Zoom with classmates, and it's been super helpful. We share our screens, work through problems together, and bounce ideas off each other. It's almost like we're in the same room, even though we're all in different places.
It's amazing how technology can bring people together, isn't it? Whether it's with tutors or classmates, learning doesn't feel so isolating anymore. And it's all so convenient. We're not tied down to a classroom. We can learn whenever and wherever we want.
Exactly. And the flexibility is key. I can fit in study sessions around my other activities. If I'm free late at night, I can hop online and study then. I also love how most of these tools give you instant feedback. If I'm doing practice questions on an app or a website, I get to see right away whether I'm right or wrong.
I agree. Getting instant feedback is a game changer. It helps me correct my mistakes immediately and understand where I went wrong. Technology really does make studying easier and more efficient.
For sure. I can't imagine going back to just textbooks and notes. Having access to all these digital resources has totally changed how I learn. I think the biggest benefit is that it makes learning more personalized. We can find exactly what works for us, right?
Exactly. Everyone learns differently, and with all these tools, we get to choose what works best for us. Whether it's videos, apps, or online tutors, technology helps us learn in a way that fits our needs.
Couldn't agree more. All right, time to hit the books. Or, I guess, my laptop.
Same here. Catch you later.
That was a really interesting conversation between Lucas and Sophie. They brought up some great points about how technology has become a part of their everyday learning. Let's break down what we just heard, starting with the different tools they're using.
Absolutely. One of the first things Sophie mentioned was using e-learning platforms like Khan Academy. These platforms have really transformed how students can access information. Instead of being limited to a classroom or textbooks, students can watch video lessons, do exercises, and learn at their own pace. And the best part? It's all free and accessible to anyone with an internet connection.
Right, and that flexibility is key. Both Lucas and Sophie highlighted how e-learning platforms let them learn anytime, anywhere. That's such a big advantage for students who have busy schedules. Whether they're at a cafe, like in the dialogue, or at home, they can still study.
Exactly. And then we heard about YouTube, which is a really powerful tool for learning. Sophie said she used it to understand difficult topics, like chemical bonding, through animations. That's a perfect example of how technology makes learning more visual and engaging. Watching someone explain a concept with visuals can be so much more effective than just reading about it.
I agree. And let's not forget the personalized aspect of learning that Lucas brought up. He's using Coursera to learn coding, and he can revisit the material as many times as he needs. This level of personalization, where students can go back and review lessons or get extra practice on difficult topics, is something that traditional classroom learning often can't provide.
Exactly. Personalized learning is one of the biggest advantages of using technology in education. Whether it's platforms like Coursera or apps like Quizlet, students can tailor their study sessions to fit their own pace and learning style. Lucas mentioned using Quizlet to memorize definitions and formulas, which is great for students who need to do a lot of rote learning.
And let's talk about Sophie's use of Duolingo. Learning a new language can be tough, but apps like Duolingo make it fun and interactive. Sophie said she practices vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation, all within a single app. And the gamified nature of it helps keep learners motivated, which is so important when you're trying to stay consistent with language learning.
Exactly. It's incredible how apps like Duolingo have turned learning into something enjoyable. The use of rewards, levels, and challenges keeps users engaged. And because it's so accessible, you can practice anytime on your phone. It's perfect for fitting language practice into a busy day.
Another key point from the dialogue was how technology enables real-time learning and collaboration. Lucas mentioned using Zoom to study with his classmates, and Sophie talked about having a weekly online tutoring session. These tools allow students to interact with others, even when they're not physically together.
Yes, video conferencing tools like Zoom have made group study sessions and tutoring so much more convenient. Lucas' example of sharing screens and working through problems together shows how collaborative learning has become much easier with technology. It's like recreating a classroom environment, but remotely.
And that's really the beauty of it. Technology breaks down the barriers of location. As Sophie said, she's able to have a one-on-one tutoring session from the comfort of her home, and Lucas can join group study sessions with classmates who are all in different places. That kind of flexibility would have been impossible without the tools we have today.
Exactly, and it all comes back to how technology enhances both the individual and collaborative learning experience. Whether you're studying alone or working with others, technology provides the resources and tools you need to succeed.
So, to summarize, Lucas and Sophie's conversation really highlights how technology has made learning more accessible, personalized, and collaborative. They're using a range of tools, e-learning platforms, apps, YouTube, and video conferencing to tailor their education to their needs and make it more engaging.
And that's what's so powerful about technology in education. It's not just about making information available. It's about making learning more effective and enjoyable for everyone. In the next segment, we'll break down some key vocabulary related to our discussion today. Stay tuned.
Welcome back, everyone. Now it's time to break down some of the key vocabulary and phrases that we came across during today's discussion. We've chosen 5 terms that are useful when talking about how technology helps in education. Liam, why don't you start us off?
Sure. Our first term is e-learning platform.
An e-learning platform is an online system or website where students can access educational resources such as videos, courses, quizzes, and more to learn at their own pace. These platforms are usually accessible anytime, anywhere, as long as you have an internet connection. Examples include Khan Academy, Coursera, and Udemy.
Example sentence. Sophie uses an e-learning platform to study math online after school.
Now, let's move on to our second word, personalized learning.
Personalized learning refers to educational methods and tools that are tailored to fit each student's individual needs, pace, and learning style. It allows students to focus on the areas they struggle with and progress at their own speed.
Example sentence. Lucas benefits from personalized learning because he can revisit lessons on Coursera until he fully understands the material.
Our third key term is gamified learning.
Gamified learning involves incorporating elements of game design, such as points, levels, and rewards, into educational activities to make learning more engaging and motivating. Apps like Duolingo use this approach to make learning a language fun and interactive.
Example sentence. Sophie enjoys using Duolingo because its gamified learning system makes studying Spanish feel like a fun challenge.
Next up, we have collaborative learning.
Collaborative learning is a learning approach where students work together in groups to complete tasks, solve problems, or share knowledge. Technology, like video conferencing tools, makes collaborative learning possible even when students are in different locations.
Example sentence. Lucas participates in collaborative learning sessions over Zoom with his classmates, where they share screens and solve math problems together.
And our final term for today is instant feedback.
Instant feedback refers to receiving immediate responses or corrections during learning activities. This is common in online learning, where students can get immediate results on quizzes or exercises, helping them identify mistakes and improve quickly.
Example sentence. Lucas loves that when he practices coding on Coursera, he gets instant feedback on his assignments, so he can fix his errors right away.
And there you have it, 5 key terms from our discussion today. Just to recap, we covered e-learning platform, personalized learning, gamified learning, collaborative learning, and instant feedback.
Hopefully, these terms and their examples will help our listeners better understand the role of technology in education.
Well, that brings us to the end of today's episode. We've covered a lot of ground on how technology is transforming education and making learning more accessible, engaging, and effective.
Absolutely. We discussed how tools like e-learning platforms, personalized learning, and gamified learning are helping students of all ages. We also talked about collaborative learning through video conferencing and the benefits of instant feedback. It's incredible to see how technology is reshaping the way we learn.
Exactly. Technology has opened up so many new opportunities for learners. Whether it's practicing a language on Duolingo or attending online classes, students have more flexibility and resources than ever before. And as we saw in our real-life dialogue between Lucas and Sophie, these tools are making education more dynamic and interactive.
We hope that today's conversation gave you some useful insights into how technology can help in your own learning journey. If you're looking to enhance your studies, give some of these tools a try.
And remember, learning with technology doesn't have to be complicated. Start with the basics. Try an e-learning platform, explore a language app, or join a virtual study group. The key is to find the right tools that work for you.
Before we wrap up, if you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to subscribe to our channel so you never miss an episode. And don't forget to share it with friends who might find this helpful.
We also encourage you to leave a review. Your feedback helps us improve and reach more listeners like you. Be sure to check out the description for useful resources and links to the tools we mentioned today.
That's right. Those links can help you get started on exploring how technology can improve your learning experience.
Thanks again for joining us today on the English Learning Podcast. We're grateful to have you as part of our community, and we look forward to helping you on your learning journey.
Until next time, keep learning, stay curious, and use technology to your advantage.
Take care and happy learning!